The video I posted last week going over the allegations made against Rumpel, aka Andreas Ronberg, the creator of Cry of Fear, has now been blocked in the EU. This is because Rumpel filed a privacy complaint against my video, claiming that it was infringing on his privacy, and YouTube agreed. Now, originally when I received this privacy complaint, I went, surely YouTube will see reason. Surely they'll take one look at those disgusting ass voice messages and instantly recognize that this video was made in the public's interest. And yet still, YouTube sided with Rumpel. So, what's the plan now? Beg.
This guy is actually the biggest scum ever. Everyone. Normally I don't make 2 videos a day, but 20 hours ago, it was a shocking new update that was connected to a controversy I covered last week. And I'm referring to the allegations or situation with Andreas Ronberg, otherwise known as Rumpel, the developer of Cry of Fear. I should mention now that my video on him was not the best, as I sort of rushed it before looking at the final parts of the Google Docs made by the victims and the collaborators. And although I did make corrections to rectify it, I do apologize for the false narrative I might have painted that led people to not believe the victims or the allegations as a whole. But now today, I want to cover a new update to the story, while doing a better job at it, because the channel that resurfaced allegations, Leon Talks a Lot, had his video struck by Rumpel, as well as having it blocked in most countries in Europe. Mother of God. I'm gonna rewatch the video Leon just made and give my thoughts on it, because it also includes a pathetic statement by Rumpel where he sidesteps every single fucking thing. This is the video that Leon made where it's just said Rumpel responded, Cry of Fear death allegations. And I watched 3 segments, the beginning, the middle, and then the last part, a TikTok that Rumpel made, the pathetic statement I was referring to.
As some of you might have noticed, the video I posted last week going over the allegations made against Rumpel, aka Andreas Ronberg, the creator of Cry of Fear, has now been blocked in the EU and is no longer available in Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia.
Skip that part. Jesus Christ, all of these countries in Europe, you can watch the video that brought large allegations about Andreas Ronberg or Rumpel. And let me realize as well, also Finland, holy fuck, let me realize most of these countries are where most of the fans, a majority of the fan base likely live. So, if they're big fans of Rumpel, they have no idea how disgusting the hero, the developer is. Because in my video when I covered it, there were a lot of people, no shit, quite a bit of shit against them, but like they would defend him and be like, okay, he's a bit sick in the head, but I still love him no matter what. Jesus Christ, and that stigma is gonna keep on, for longer if that block in Europe doesn't get removed by YouTube.
Spain, Sweden, and finally Switzerland. This is because Rumpel filed a privacy complaint against my video, claiming that it was infringing on his privacy, and YouTube agreed. In the email,
that's insane. I know YouTube is like a shithole, but when the fuck have they taken down a video or blocked it in an entire continent for privacy reasons? Most allegations, they're like YouTube is like a safe haven for them. Google Drive, Google Docs, and YouTube is the best place to get light on a piece of shit like Rumpel. But somehow they believe. They must have now watched the video. Either that or Rumpel has some deep connections within YouTube. Because who the fuck who look at that video and look at all the evidence gathered by the victims, It wasn't, like hacked from Rumpel's PC. No, all the victims, came out and published it. Holy fuck.
Mail sent to me by YouTube. All of the timestamps point directly towards the incredibly disturbing voice messages that Rumpel sent to victim 2. Now, originally...
Okay, if YouTube wanted you to stand by Dr. Respect, very questionable. But if they're standing by Rumpel, Andreas Ronberg, holy fuck.
Originally, when I received this privacy complaint, I went, surely YouTube will see reason. Surely they'll take one look at those disgusting ass voice messages and instantly recognize that this video was made in the public's interest. All included clips were released to the public by both victims a long time ago. All of my DMs with Rumpel were completely censored. And yet still, YouTube sided with Rumpel.
That is insane, dude. One thing, YouTube, when it comes to having your video blocked or taken down, the response team on YouTube, they're so fucking worthless. But in this one scenario, this guy with 157,000 subs, he had an appeal rejected by YouTube. Holy fuck, how is it possible? I'm not gonna make any conspiracy theories, but I have to believe that Rumpel, the fucking Andreas Ronberg, he must have like some connection on YouTube. Because how was, it's a video like that with pretty concrete evidence? How does that video get taken down or, blocked in Europe? It makes no sense. And then pushing past that, around 5 minutes in, there was some retard, some big fan of Andreas Ronberg was alleging that Leon was gonna get sued by Rumpel. It's so funny. I'm not sure where Leon lives, but if he's in a different country from Rumpel, yeah, no way in a million years he's not gonna fucking sue him. I mean, Leon says, he never will, because any judge watching that video will start with Leon. But apart from that, not even a conception would it work, because he's not gonna spend, thousands of euros suing Leon in a different country. It doesn't work like that.
I've also heard through the grapevine that Rumpel is considering suing me, which, no, he's not. Bro, if I was Rumpel, I would literally rather fillet my own balls with a butter knife than have that video played in court. There's absolutely no way that man is ever going to take me to court. This man could...
I think he will. I mean, if he's done nothing with the victims, Sani and the Ukrainian girl, yeah, I have no reason to believe he would sue Leon. It makes no sense. That was a minor part, but when you go back, there was a bizarre Discord DM that he made on his own public Discord, addressing what was going on with his what he was doing at the time and how it excuses his bizarre behavior or his voice messages. Like, look at this for a second. It makes no sense.
A response he posted to the Cry of Fear Discord server and nowhere else. So let's have a look. Hello everyone. As you know, I've been away for a while as I've lost several family members and am still mourning. Since I'm still in the mourning process, I want to keep this brief, as this stuff is private. These allegations are basically from almost a decade ago that resurfaced and are very skewed, biased, and taking things out of context. Where? Rumpel, please, I am so ready to admit my mistake. Please, if I took anything out of context, point it out. Don't just say that I did it.
That's so fun. If you guys want to be, if you want to sidestep from any big allegations, just say it out of context and give no example or don't back it up at all, because your fucking moronic fans will believe it instantly. If we go back for a second, his fans in the Discord just ate it up. Look at this shit. 342 hearts, 149 hand-shaped hearts, 33 whatever that is, 91 salutes, 92 more hearts, 51 thumbs up, and 21 trans flags. Whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna be a leech and let the whole video play out. I'm gonna read the rest of this. They're using my drug overdose from years ago as some kind of evidence I'm normally like that. I'm not. It's sickening. Okay, this part pissed me off so much. If you don't remember, go listen to the voicemails that he made to that Ukrainian girl, the one that he met when she was 12 years old. And if you listen to those voicemails, he sounds sober. There's not a bit of drug, in his system during that time. I don't believe it. It's sickening that they're using my private leaked messages of me having an accidental prescribed drug overdose. Okay, how do you make voicemails while having an overdose? You'd be dead. You'd be twitching on the floor. You try and paint me as this kind of person. I was pumped full of antidepressants, which made me manic and out of control, and alcohol and Ambien, which is notorious for making people sleepwalk. Okay, if you sleepwalk, you also you make voicemails where you wanna propose to your 18-year-old fan to be like be part of your harem with your other wife. Holy shit. And I was pumped with sedative medicines at hospital. I have no memory of what I was doing, and I was saying a lot of nonsense gibberish, even to my family. It's embarrassing. Okay, two things about this. Number one, I don't believe for a second, if you're a normal person, being pumped full of alcohol, ambience, and antidepressants, it will not make you like a sick fuck where you want to have like an 18-year-old fan be part of your harem. The same fan that you met when she was fucking 12 years old. That's disgusting. And second of all, okay, let me be like insanely charitable and believe this part. Why not apologize? I don't see a single sorry or anything in the entire message. Like, no matter from what side you're on, this makes no sense at all. If you're, like me and Leon, and you think this guy's scum, it makes no sense. And if you're a fan of him, you have to be like an insanely huge fan to ignore how big of a distraction this is. But I carry on. Yeah, I understand the concern and confusion. I just wanted to explain it to you. Since this has been going on for almost a decade and it's private, I do not want to talk about it. I have since apologized to people I sent messages during my overdose. I have moved on and will continue to create art. Thank you for understanding and for your support. Holy shit. Him grooming I'm not sure about the Ukrainian girl, but him grooming Sani, fuck that shit. Okay, yo, Cry of Fear 2, it's in the works. Fuck all those victims. This is just fucking disgusting, holy shit. And furthermore, do you have about 100 fans, read this and give it like a thumbs up or a heart? That's benign to me. What the fuck? Also, as well, fuck you, Andreas, in this opening statement. Guys, I lost my family members, please forgive those weird voicemails, please, oh please. Okay, but now, let's hear Leon's plan to get the video back. It's a really good plan.
So, what's the plan now? Beg. The plan is to beg. Hopefully I can beg YouTube hard enough through Twitter that one of their team members looks at it and they can get the restrictions removed. If you want to help, I've made a post on Twitter, but even if the restrictions don't end up getting removed, I'm pretty sure this video you're watching right now will be more than enough to point people in the right direction. Alright, quick update. Rumpel is...
I would hope it does. It makes no sense for a guy, like I said before, with over 100,000 subs. It makes no sense for him to have a video be taken down for privacy reasons when it has like the most concrete evidence to back up allegations or back up a situation. It makes no sense. Now to wrap it up, let me check real quick. So now is his plan. Hopefully it works. If you guys have the time, go at Team YouTube and give him his name. Leon talks a lot, and please tell him to check his appeal because it makes no sense. And now for the most insane part, the pathetic statement that Rumpel made on his own TikTok. Why is it TikTok? I don't know. Do I feel like that's a threat to younger people? Yeah, I do.
I haven't spoken publicly in a long time. I've been grieving several recent deaths in my family, and I've stayed quiet while dealing with years of harassment. Harassment? Rumpel, you mean people asking you to take accountability? What's being said about me is mostly misinformation, twisted and taken out of context. It's built around things from almost 10 years ago. Where's the context, bro?
Right, second of all, guys, I'm gonna improvise Andreas. Right, don't believe this stuff, because number one, right, there's no context. Just believe me. And number two, it's 10 years ago. I'm sure that passes the statute of liability, whatever it's called, you know what I mean? This guy, he's so moronic, but it's so saddening as well, because his fans, how many likes does I have? Let me check. 67 people gave that a like. Holy fuck. No shit against the Cry Fear community, because I'm one of those guys, separate the art from the artist, but holy fuck, if you support them and you give this shit a like, you're a moron, simple as. Or I'm gonna read the rest of this. The voice clips and many of the messages being spread came from a drug overdose, Ambien, years ago, where I sent weird messages to friends, family, and on social media. I was not in control, and the person involved was also over 18. Right, fuck that shit about, being like, oh, please be part of my harem. Fuck that shit. Because once again, he was an Ambien. It's just a very bizarre sidestep. And also, please, if you believe him, why don't you say sorry now? Because we have the evidence, and you look awful. If you really believe it, just give an apology. My God. I've said things I deeply regret and don't stand for. I've apologized and taken responsibility for my past. And as Leon said in this video, no he hasn't. There's not a single public post online where he apologized, or any mention from the victims, Sani or the Ukrainian girl, where he apologized privately. That does not exist. I tried to make peace with people involved. No he hasn't again, but some of them have continued to harass me over the years. So them, trying to get the allegations out there and shed some light on this piece of shit, that counts as harassment. I can't control that, but I control how I move forward. If you support me during all of this, thank you. I have moved on, and I'm going to keep focusing on what makes me happy, my family, and my art. I mean, he's a piece of shit, right? But he can write like a beautiful poem. Holy shit. Yeah, that's really most of the video, and just ends with Leon being happy and saying thank you to the fans, for sticking around and watching the video, and also potentially, if you have time, spreading attention on this by going on Twitter. I feel so bad for him, but hopefully enough people go on Twitter and get enough attention, because this is just insane. Even by the standards of YouTube, this makes no sense. But now at this point, honestly, all I can say now is that I hope the best for Leon, and he's able to get the video reinstated in Europe. I've never even heard of a video being struck for privacy reasons. I'm sure it's valid, for some situations, but definitely not this one. Mother of God. But yeah, once again, guys, go tweet on Twitter at Team YouTube and tell them to get their shit together and look at Leon's appeal. I've already done it on the Azul Twitter, and hopefully enough people, like you guys, will do it. Because this guy, Andreas Rumpel, whatever, he's such a foul piece of shit. Mother of God.